Kabbalists say there's a purpose, there's a final outcome. That's number one. And everything is moving in that direction, like it or not. It's moving in that direction. That's number one. Number two, it's all in my perception. That's also an amazing point that we often forget because everything seems so real and tangible everywhere I touch, but it's not actually. There's nothing there. This is not real, and we live in our perception in our world. So in my perception, I see all this greed and crime and backstabbing and stealing and robbing and pushing and shoving and all those forces, but they're not there for me to again try to go out to them. It's for me to try to start the correction inside of me. That's the first thing that Kabbalah it kind of relieves you from that pressure. It is there, you will see it, but it's first of all for you to start working on yourself. Now, what you see outside is really an expression of these forces happening inside of you, and you get to work with them. You don't need to correct them directly necessarily, but you can work with them. So if I talk to someone else and I say, hey, let's make this mind shift, and he talks to someone else and they talk to someone else, we start to bring those desires more and more closer to where everything is moving, and eventually the whole ship just changes direction, and everything else just kind of falls by the wayside. It stops being an issue. Look at every big change in humanity, in human history. Right before the change happened, you could have said exactly the same thing. Oh, but I'll give you an example. You know what? Civil engineers 100 years ago, 120 years ago, or something like that, they were trying to figure out what would be the biggest problem in New York in the next 50 years. And you know what the biggest problem that they came up with? How to get rid of the horse shit. Sorry for saying shit. They figured it will be so much horse manure on the streets. They don't know because of the congestion. Like, they couldn't see, right, the next big shift, the car coming in and just replacing the horses. So if you ask someone there, what would everybody's riding horses? Yes, everybody's riding horses. It's okay. When the shift happens, it happens.
Right.
We need a motto on. Go ahead, Asaf.
No. I mean, what Leo just said just inspired this another point on this here. This is Lisa. This is thanks to Lisa. All of this. Yes, this was Lisa Rosenberg's question. Thank you, Lisa. There's this leap that needs to happen. We need an intervention. There is an intervention. Sorry for sounding a little too mystical, but we need a godly intervention that will happen here. Nature needs to get involved.
Hold on. I don't know who this God is you're talking about.
Yeah. Of course. I'm just saying that there needs to be. Look, we're doing something on our level, right? We're like trying to do all kinds of things, bad or good. We're fighting each other. We're all kinds of things are happening, but then we as a system, we reach a certain stage of growth where we reach a certain peak. And from that point on, there's no more that can be done on our level. And that's when a new level emerges. Now, this thing is something that happens in evolution. This is how, two molecules that have no such quality of being wet come together and water is created all of a sudden. There was all kinds of connections between molecules. There were in friction, in evolution in different ways. And then all of a sudden, boom, you have H2O, you have water. And that's a whole new quality. And then you have, extrapolate that, and you have like ants coming together, building like anthills, and you have like, cells. It took billions of years for bacteria, to fight each other in their juvenile state of evolution until they realized they can actually share responsibilities and feed each other and create a bigger system that has a collective consciousness and a collective mind. But that happened not because they knew what they were supposed to do. It happened because they have exhausted everything on a certain level, and then a new level of life had emerged. And that is something unpredictable. Go ahead, Lou. Yeah.
No, I'm just. Can we? Is it okay? Can we read a little something from Baal Sulam here?
Sure, of course. We should.
It is permitted.
It is recommended.
No, because It's recommended. No, because he writes exactly. If you remember the essence of religion and its purpose, in that article he says, "Go and ask a botanist how many phases the fruit undergoes from the time it becomes visible until it is completely ripe. Not only do its preceding phases show
Hold on,
no
go slow, go
evidence."
slow, go slow. Say it again
Sorry.
and slowly, please.
Go and ask a botanist how many phases the fruit undergoes from the time it becomes visible until it is completely ripe. Not only do its preceding phases show no evidence of its sweet and fine-looking end, but as if to vex, they show the opposite of the final outcome.
Right.
The sweeter the fruit is at its end, the more bitter and unsightly it is in the earlier phases of its development.